Hello and welcome back to my Norty's Forgotten Flicks-a-thon for the only movie from 2014, which is weird for such a great movie year. But yes, it's the critically acclaimed but somehow only one-time Academy Award nominated film, Nightcrawler. No, not that one. Nightcrawler, directed and written by Dan Gilroy, stars Jake Gyllenhaal as small-time thief Lou Bloom living in Los Angeles. He tries to get a job, but after no one hires him, he decides to start freelancing as a photojournalist for a local news station. However, his methods are a bit less conventional than most as he will try to get as close and personal to the victims as possible, whether it be showing someone bleeding as the EMS tried to keep him alive, breaking into a shooting victim's home, or moving corpses just to get the best shot possible. So yeah, he's a psychopath. It is fascinating watching this guy do stuff that most people would find morally reprehensible just to get a good shot, and he acts completely alien to everyone else around him. He knows that the stuff he is filming is sad. He wants to get an emotional response out of the viewers after all, but he doesn't seem to have much tact for the people around him. Some guy is distraught over a car accident and trying to call 911, and Lou just shoves a camera in his face.
See what happened?
Am I supposed to help move? I didn't see what came after.
Can you tell me exactly what happened?
Will you get the camera out of my face? Get it out! I'm trying to talk to 911!
It's unsettling, and Jake Gyllenhaal is absolutely fantastic in playing this part. He just has these crazy eyes that give me an uncomfortable feeling around him, but he has this way of talking where he pulls off this level of confidence. It's kind of like a very good salesman trying to sell you something. You feel like you can trust him even though he's probably trying to screw you over.
But a moment has arrived that could allow the company to make enough money to expand to the next level. We could call this the critical moment.
But he can also be the biggest asshole. He'll talk in that condescending way where it seems he thinks he's just asking a question or helping his friends improve, but in reality, he is berating his friends for simple mistakes or just, you know, not being morally bankrupt like him. Even when he gives a compliment, it just feels ungenuine. But Gyllenhaal is so damn good that I kind of believe it. If I were working with this guy, I'd probably trust him. He also might have used his power to pressure someone into sex, but it's only implied. And over the course of the movie, his night crawling just gets worse. In fact, the way he talks and acts kind of sounds a bit familiar.
Your job will be to listen to the emergency radio, learn police codes, help navigate, and watch the car.
Citizens in 21st century America are fooled by their news media.
But at the end of the day, he only shoots it. It's the news station that puts it on the air. Now, I have worked in local news, and I'm also the guy who has defended the media on multiple occasions. I've never gone on the whole mainstream media is unethical, especially in the age of the internet, where we have tons of independent news shows that just straight up lie and don't even try to hide their biases. However, there is the moral question of how right is it to exploit people's pain for ratings and money. Technically, most of what they are doing is not legally wrong, but there is this sort of manipulation in news where they will use death and suffering of others, and even though it is just showing the facts, it is mostly for making money. News is a business after all. Nightcrawler sort of blurs that line between reporting and psychopathy. In fact, my favorite scene is when the station is reporting on a triple homicide. Lou went into the house before the police even showed up and shot footage of the 3 victims, and the way the producer Nina, played by Rena Russo, tells the anchors to talk, it's not that much different than how you would expect Lou to tell them.
That is the first body on the sofa.
Young woman, I'm guessing from this angle, a young woman on a sofa there. All of the faces, though, have been blurred out. We want to assure you
they've escaped. They're on the loose.
And that is the first of what we understand are 3 bodies in the home in Granada Hills. And this was committed by a suspect or suspects who are still out there. They are believed to have escaped. And if you think about that, that is a very frightening thought.
Repeat that.
Yes, scary, and very concerning, particularly given what we're looking at here, the savagery of what these pictures show. And now look, there on the floor, Lisa, I'm guessing, what is that, a bloodied article of clothing? What would
Looks
you think?
like a silk shirt.
Take it.
Maybe a woman's silk blouse.
Well, it's just so sad, the second body.
They've
the
escaped,
person or the
repeat
people
it.
who committed all of this brutal home invasion robbery, they're presently unidentified and at large, still on the streets there.
Hit it again,
We
harder.
certainly agree. This has got to be a huge worry, not only to the residents in this neighborhood, Granada Hills area as well.
All of Los Angeles, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
the entire Southland, really, tonight, absolutely. And now as we're moving, this is a nursery, and you hope to
Build
God
it.
that there's not a baby in that crib.
Yeah, you're just praying that that crib is empty, because this is definitely a child's room.
And now as we look there, thank goodness, absolutely right. No, in fact, our understanding right now is that there was no baby found in the house or any baby that was seen at all by the people who filmed this for us.
And that right there
The
is
third
the third body
And
on the
obviously
floor.
this is a man, gray hair. What would you think, Lisa? Maybe 40s, 50s?
Yeah, 50s, maybe even 60s.
Vicious
And,
attack.
the only thought I have, we've been looking at all this graphic footage, and just the viciousness, the severity
Stand by,
of
Master Control. We're going to come to a break here.
We're going to commercial, then cutting to Joel and a police statement.
The acting from everyone else is pretty good. You got Riz Ahmed as his assistant Rick, and even the late great Bill Paxton.
Man, you're not dropping your shit off, are you? Nobody does that. You need an air card if you want to be in the game.
Oh god, he left us too soon. It also just looks great. The lighting, it just looks slick and cool. Like if you want a movie that just looks cool, this would be it. It does get kind of boring in parts of the third act. The climax is good, but there are a lot of lulls just before that. Also, I'm not sure how he doesn't get arrested for speeding half the time, and some of the stuff he does seems like the police have good reason to at least, I don't know, bring him in, push him away, do something. Maybe not arrest him, but something. Besides that, it's great. And it only got one Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay. How Gyllenhaal did not get a nomination, I have no idea. Well, that's it for 2014, so next up we're going into 2015 with a found footage time travel movie that didn't get very good reviews, but was one of my favorites of that year. So thank you all for watching, and remember, if it bleeds, it leads.
I took 3 buses to get here. I finished high school. I need a job. I'll do pretty much anything. That's me. Hi, Rick.